Welcome to Hamburgers and Hot Rods, the podcast featuring Southern California's classic car community and its food scene. Let's get started now. Hello everyone, I'm Jim Karras. Welcome to the third episode of the Hamburgers and Hot Rods podcast. The title of today's show is Carpenter Sandwiches, an early Los Angeles drive-in chain. Today, we're going to take a look at an early local chain of drive-in restaurants that was once located in Los Angeles, called Carpenter's Sandwiches. This chain was a fixture in Los Angeles, having several locations throughout town. Upon pulling into one of the drive-ins, customers could get any sort of meal imaginable from the comfort of their car's front seat. In the early part of the 1930s, Harry B. Carpenter founded the Carpenter sandwich chain with his brother, Charles E. Carpenter. At their peak, the Carpenters had 7 locations throughout Midtown Los Angeles. Carpenter's drive-ins could be found at Sunset and Vine, Wilshire and Western, Wilshire and La Cienega, Wilshire and Vine, Pico and Vermont, Silver Lake and Glendale, as well as at Sunset and Virgil. When patrons parked their cars at one of the drive-in's curbside service parking stalls, they would be greeted by cheerful carhops eager to serve them a delicious meal. The menus were varied and offered guests a multitude of delights. For 10 cents, you could get a hot steaming cup of Ben-Hur coffee. Other offerings included a sirloin steak sandwich for 25 cents, an imported sardine sandwich on Russian rye for 15 cents, a real hamburger sandwich also for 15 cents, or a hot fudge sundae for 25 cents. If you were thirsty, you could quench your thirst with a frosty cold root beer or grape juice for 15 cents. And if you were so inclined, you could get a Rainier beer for 15 cents or a Pabst Blue Ribbon beer for 20 cents. Pabst was considered a premium beer at the time. All this fresh fare was served curbside by their friendly carhops on a tray to be enjoyed right in the patrons' sleek new automobiles long before drinking and driving were deemed to be illegal. The restaurant served various local products such as Ben-Hur's delicious drip coffee, a very popular local coffee supplier that supplied Java to many of the area's restaurants and markets until 1953. Harry Carpenter often referred to his restaurants proudly as the original modern drive-in. Each of Harry's eateries were open 24 hours a day. He was proud that his customers could eat their real hamburger sandwich or any other sit-and-eat sandwich right in their car. Harry also offered his customers dining service inside his restaurants at each location's gleaming, sanitized tile counter. Their most popular restaurant in the chain, located at Sunset and Vine, has a very interesting history. From 1931 to 1937, in the southeast corner of the intersection, the Pig Stand Drive-In had the spot. Prior to 1937, Carpenter's was at the northeast corner of the intersection. However, in 1938, Carpenter's was torn down to make way for the NBC Radio City building. Shortly after the construction was completed, Carpenter's reopened on the southeast corner where the Pig Stand was previously located. During the war years, women became valued workers at many Los Angeles area drive-in restaurants. Working as carhops, they were often seen wearing campy uniforms and delivering orders on roller skates. Harry and Charles Carpenter embraced this new change and added women to the restaurant's waitstaff. Drive-in restaurants of the day began expanding their menus to include fish, vegetables, and desserts. So popular were drive-ins that at one point, including the 7 Carpenter sandwich locations, there were over 200 drive-in restaurants in the greater Los Angeles area alone. In 1936, after separating from his brother, Charles Carpenter opened 3 Carpenter's Cafes. The first being a transitional project in Pasadena named Carpenter's Village. It was located at 606 East Colorado Street. The city of Pasadena renamed Colorado Street to Colorado Boulevard in 1958. The Carpenter's Village site combined a Right Spot Cafe and a Carpenter's Drive-In. Soon thereafter, Charles opened his second location, the Right Spot Cafe, in West Pasadena at 1500 West Colorado Street, an area now considered as Eagle Rock. And thereafter, he opened his third Pasadena area restaurant named the Santa Anita Cafe at Huntington Drive and Colorado Street. In 1938, some of the Carpenter's drive-in restaurants featured fried chicken, year-round fresh fruit pies, breakfast, as well as the standard offerings of sandwiches, hamburgers, and fountain service. While beer was offered, these restaurants didn't offer cocktails. The historical photographic record for the 7 Carpenter Sandwiches drive-in locations depicts parking lots that are full of automobiles, representative of a cross-section of patrons from all walks of life. Vehicles photographed at the locations include Model A Fords, Chevrolets, DeSotos, Hudsons, Studebakers, Chryslers, Nashes, and Oldsmobiles. The chain was known for its friendly carhops that wore distinct uniforms and provided car-side service to the scores of customers wishing to dine in their automobiles. The restaurants also offered dine-in counter service served by smiling waitstaff. In 1951, the Carpenter's most popular location at Sunset and Vine changed hands and became a Stan's Drive-In. In 1961 at this location, the whole restaurant was demolished to make way for the new Sunset Vine Tower. The chain operated into the early 1950s, but soon thereafter, the other locations were also transitioned to other operators and continued under different banners, such as Stan's Drive-Ins. Well, that's the story of Carpenter Sandwiches of Los Angeles. We hope you enjoyed learning a little bit about this early, popular Los Angeles drive-in restaurant chain. Now it's time for Sabrina with the upcoming car events around Southern California, courtesy of SoCal Car Culture.
Here's what's happening for the weekend of January 24th through the 26th. On Friday, January 24th, in Pomona, the Grand National Roadster Show at the Pomona Fairplex. This event is happening all weekend, Friday, January 24th to Sunday, January 26th. Check SoCal Car Culture for times each day. In Buena Park, the Classic Car Fridays at the Elks Lodge at 7212 Melrose Street from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. In Burbank, Bob's Big Boy, 4211 West Riverside Drive, 3 p.m. to 10 p.m. In Garden Grove, the Friday Night Car Show at 12891 Historic Main Street, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. North Hollywood is the Rollin' Heaps Friday Night Rollin', 6065 Lankershim Boulevard, from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. In Northridge, Bob's Big Boy at the 8876 Corbin Avenue, from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. In Rialto, George's Burger Car Show, 334 South Riverside Avenue, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And in Yucca Valley at the Sonic Drive-In, 58145 Highway 62, from 6:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. On Saturday, January 25th, in Chino is the Godzilla 69 Saturday Night Cars at Pep Boys, 4046 Grant Avenue, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. In Dana Point, Monarch Bay Plaza, Crown Valley and Pacific Coast Highway, from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. In El Segundo, the Manhattan Beach Cars and Coffee, 850 South Sepulveda Boulevard, from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Fullerton has the Show and Shine Pontiac Cadillac Buick Olds GMC Show, 4011 West Commonwealth, from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Gardena has the Classic Cruisers Car Show at the Farmer Boys at 641 West Redondo Beach Boulevard, from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. Huntington Beach has the Donut Derelicts at Magnolia and Adams, from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. Harupa Valley has Cruisin' Vicky's Burgers at 8320 Limonite Avenue, from 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. In La Cañada, the Early Rodders meet at United Artists Theater at 1919 Verdugo Boulevard, from 6:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. In North Hollywood, Cars and Coffee, 6065 Lankershim Boulevard, from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. In Palm Desert, Silver Scorpions Cars and Breakfast, 44491 Town Center Way, from 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Rancho Santa Fe is the Cars and Coffee at 5978 Paseo Delicias, from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. In San Clemente, South Orange County Cars and Coffee at the outlets at San Clemente in their southwest corner, 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. In Torrance is the Caffeine Cruisers at Artesia and Hawthorne Boulevard from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. For Sunday, January 26th, here's what's happening. Arcadia is having the Carcadia Route 66 event at the Arcadia Hub Shopping Center, 733 West Naomi from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Chino Hills, Cars and Coffee Chino Hills at the Donut Star, 4195 Chino Hills Parkway from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. In Hesperia, the High Desert Auto Parts Swap Meet at 17578 Eucalyptus Avenue from 6 a.m. to 3 p.m. In Indio, it's the Rock the Ride pre-party at the Big Rock Golf and Pub, located at 79940 Westward Ho Drive, from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. In Lakewood, hotcakes and hot rods at Glory Days Sports Grill at 4132 Woodruff, from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. In Long Beach, it's the SoCal Cycle Swap Meet at Veterans Stadium, located at 5000 Lou Davis Street, from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. In Los Angeles, it's Bruce Meyer's American Car Cruise-In at 6060 Wilshire Boulevard, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Malibu has the Malibu Cars and Coffee at 24250 Pacific Coast Highway from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. In Seal Beach, it's the Hot Rods at the Beach, Glory Days Seaside Grill, 620 Pacific Coast Highway, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. In Silverado, it's the Cars and Coffee at the Silverado Canyon Market, 28192 Silverado Canyon Road, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. In Tustin, it's the $1 Million Breakfast Cruise at Enderley Center, located at the 55 Freeway and 17th Street, from 7 a.m. to 11 a.m. Ventura has Cars and Coffee at 4360 East Main Street from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And Woodland Hills has Supercar Sunday, Pierce College, 6201 Winnetka Avenue, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. And that's what's happening around Southern California in the car scene during the weekend of January 24th to the 26th. Be sure to visit SoCalCarCulture.com to check out the latest information and updates on car-related events happening throughout Southern California.
In our next episode, we will continue our 5-part series on Southern California's drive-in restaurants. We will feature several homegrown local drive-ins that served up hot, fresh food to hungry patrons in the 1930s and 40s in Los Angeles when in-car dining was all the rage. While A&W and Carpenter sandwiches were widely known for their friendly carhop service, there were around 200 other drive-in restaurants in and around Los Angeles during the peak of popularity of carhop service. We will look back at some of these enterprising early restaurateurs. The drive-ins we will cover include McDonald's drive-ins, which is unrelated to the McDonald's restaurant chain, as McDonald's drive-ins served hungry guests in and around Los Angeles long before the well-known Golden Arches burger chain came into existence. We will also tell the stories of Simon's Drive-Ins, Dolores Drive-Ins, Pat Mar's Drive-In, Stan's Drive-In, Scrivener's Drive-Ins, Vanny Cap's Drive-Ins, and Tiny Nailers Drive-Ins. These thriving businesses serve scores of customers great food under the carhop service model all over the greater Los Angeles area. Driving family-filled sedans to modified early hot rods, patrons flocked to these early restaurants built with futuristic flair in the Art Deco architectural style, complete with bright neon road signs that lit up the night. You won't want to miss this fascinating cruise down memory lane. That's it for this episode. We hope you enjoyed your time with us today. You can visit us online at hamburgersandhotrods.com, where you can check out our show notes, listen to our complete show library, as well as checking out all of the various platforms where our show can be heard. Until next time, thanks for listening. We'll see you then.